Hi, I'll talk about licensing in this video. Now, variance products look for license information in the 5 places listed here. Usually your isCOBOL license is in a file called isCOBOL.properties. The only exception to that are number 4 in this list and the load balancer. The first place a product looks for a license is in isCOBOL.properties in the etc directory. Now this is where a lot of our customers keep theirs, and they add to this text file by cutting and pasting new license information in. The second place our products look is in the user's home directory of the user account that installed isCOBOL. Now this is where the setup puts the license when you enter the license information during the installation. The locations in the Java class path are next, and then the property file that's passed from the command line that launched the product, and finally, the isCOBOL root directory. Now the last license that is read is the one that is used. And the only isCOBOL product that doesn't use these locations is the load balancer. It requires the license information in the configuration file that's passed on the command line. Here's an example of a license file that you would be sent from Variant. It has header information that gives your company name. The license number, 301022, is in the example here. The number of users, 5 here. The number of instances per user, which is 4. And in the case of the runtime, how many of the licenses are web client enabled? And in this case, all 5 are. And then finally, it gives the expiration date. Now each license is named as shown on this slide, with the year at the end. So the compiler, for instance, is isCOBOL.compiler.license, and then the year of the license is 2022 in this case. These licenses are good for any release for that year on any platform. Now the database bridge product is licensed by its nickname, which is EasyDB. The IDE is included in the compiler license. And the runtime license, which is simply called isCOBOL license in the year, includes the debugger, the utilities, and the application server. The web client is an add-on to the runtime license. Now I mentioned this before, if you have more than one license file in those 5 places, the last one read will be the one used. So let's take a look at this screenshot here. I ran the command iscrun-license, and the message box shows that it found 4 isCOBOL.properties in 4 out of 5 places that it looks. The first one is in CETC, and it says that it was issued to Variant, and it's a permanent license. The second one was found in my home directory, and it is expired. The third one, it says it's an invalid or missing license, but what it actually is a configuration file that I'm using to put in my configuration variables. It doesn't have any license information. But because I named it isCOBOL.properties, the runtime will pick it up automatically, but it will also look and see if there's any license information in it. The fourth line is the isCOBOL.properties that it found in the isCOBOL root directory. And in this case, it is a temporary license that expires on March 31st of 2022. So the license that's going to be used in this case is that last one, that beta license. Now, if you use the IDE, there's a special button in the IDE that will show you all the licenses and the license information. And it will also let you enter updated license information instead of having to go cut and paste it into a license file. So let's take a look at how this will work. I am in my sample directory, and I want to compile my program. I'm just going to compile the hello world. So there's my compiler name. And it gives me a license expired error. Now I know that I have a good license. So I'll run iscrun-license and see what it finds. So it's telling me, yes, the license is expired. A little bit more information here. I'll say OK. And that's the license that it wants to use, the expired one. I'm going to click on this to expand it. And here are all the licenses that it found. So here's my CETC. That's the one I want it to use. This one is expired, the second one. And the third one is the isCOBOL properties that's in this directory, and it doesn't have any license information. So what I need to do is get rid of this middle license. So here it is here. I'll just move it out of the way and close this. And let's see if we can compile it now. And there it's compiled. We'll run it just to make sure it runs. And there it is. So there's some information about where the isCOBOL products look for the license and how you can resolve some of the license problems. If you have any questions, you can always contact us at support@variant.com. Thank you.